claiming that title, and recently he's eaten a couple of course, meeting the immovable object.
Boy, I am excited. Referee Rick Knox goes for the bell, and these two might take some time to feel each other out. You could hear that Terminator-style clap, that rhythm coming from the crowd here at PCW Ultra. And this is only our second match. We have 2 title matches later in the card, and these 2 lock horns.
Well, and I would say the winner of this is certainly going to position themselves right near the top of the heap for contention for the PCW Ultra Heavyweight title. Working over the arm now of Brian Cage is Hammerstone. Good luck.
Both these guys adorning black and white trunks with black boots and black knee pads. Both men really electing to keep it simple, not too flashy in the gear they choose for their matches, instead electing to spend that time in the gym, getting better and healthier and stronger. And they're displaying that strength, Brian Cage.
Anybody get the license plate of that truck? Incredible. And Hammerstone is used to throwing people around as he's been facing smaller opponents. That's not going to happen here. Not as easily, that's for sure.
Look at this, Hammer, who duck, nice duck there.
Look at the speed there by Hammerstone. Rear waist lock. Escape there by Cage. Leapfrog now showing his athleticism as Hammerstone, and a nice drop kick takes the big man down.
Wow, incredible strength, incredible athleticism from Hammer. Hammer's able to get all the way up 6-7 feet in the air and land a picture-perfect horizontal drop kick right to the kisser of Mr. GMSI, Brian Cage.
Throughout the history of PCW Ultra, we have featured heavyweights that have astonishing athleticism. You think of Willie Mack, who we will see later on tonight. Now look at this, Cage! Also the likes of Kratos, so many great heavyweights that can fly with the best of them, and these 2 of the all-time greats, 2 of the best, cannot wait for this collision. Look at this wheelbarrow.
Wow, look at that lucha style, that arm drag from behind with Brian Cage. And now, is he going true lucha? Super duper lucha? No.
Yeah, that would have been more like a 12-2-18.
Yeah.
Little double.
And now you can see Hammer, and he says no, no. Taking a little break on the outside is Hammer. You can see in his eyes he is not going to let Brian Cage get the better of him. People complain about Alex Hammerstone's attitude. I personally love it.
Would you claim that this is the biggest test in the PCW Ultra tenure thus far of Alex Hammerstone?
Of course it is. I mean, the last 2 matches he had were against Eli Everfly and Chris Bay. And as incredible as those 2 athletes are, and as fast and quick as they are, they were really from PCW Young Guns coming up, trying to get into the company. Hammer just picking them apart.
And we might have the makings of a bit of a pose down.
And it's crazy because you don't want to pose down with Brian Cage. He looks like a god. Look at that guy. No way. And wow. And Hammer now wanted to go for a little test of strength. And Hammer is absolutely shredded. I mean, he looks amazing, but I think the size argument would have to be in the favor of Brian Cage.
Well, we'll have to see how it plays out. Talk about a clash of the titans. You mentioned Cage looks like a god, and wow, Hammerstone does it to sucker in Cage.
Yeah, what are you doing, Cage? You're not going to hold hands with Hammer. He ain't rolling like that. Hammer ain't holding hands with anybody. No patty cake.
And it was a
baker's man.
Some would mention, would call it a cheap shot.
Oh no! Look at this.
From Hennigan that kept Cage from winning the title. Now Cage gets suckered in again, but a big clothesline there by
it's not a
the
cheap
effing
shot.
machine.
Todd, I'm honestly tired of hearing you say this. Later on tonight in our main event, we will see Hennigan defend that title, and he is the true champion. Just because you decided to hit someone in the groin, it doesn't mean you were trying to take an advantage. It was maybe an accidental blow. The referee didn't see it. So why are you sitting here complaining about it?
Hennigan's a great champion. He's a fighting champion, and he's been a very opportunistic champion. But sometimes that's exactly what it takes. He said, say it's better to be lucky than good, and Hennigan has been both. He defends the title against the first ever PCW Ultra champion, Penta El Cerro Miedo. Quiet, please. Ooh, what a shot. Wow. That'll jumpstart your ticker.
I can feel that here. And the adrenaline is pumping through these fans as they know this is a big fight. Here, these two guys really trying to position themselves into 2018. Perhaps for a title shot, perhaps just to hurt somebody else. It's almost like both these guys get off on running through the locker room.
You'll recall Hammerstone's been throwing people into the third or fourth row. He was going to try and do that to the effing machine. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Cage not going to allow that. And those uppercuts, that European uppercut means everything when you got 26-inch arms like Brian Cage.
Yeah, and these are shots that would floor any normal man. These two superhuman. Oh, Cage gonna steal a page out of the Hammerstone playbook.
Oh
See
my
ya!
God!
Thanks for playing!
And into the abyss goes Hammerstone. And the black hole sucks him up. And the light shines bright on Brian Cage.
Hammerstone gets a taste of his own medicine, and it can't taste good. And Cage is going, he's going to get that full court press going right after him on the outside.
Yeah, and you know, our production team has really stepped it up here at Refuse to Lose. We now have incredible lights lighting the ring, highlighting the wrestling in the ring, but when the action spills to the outside, it's a little bit more of a challenge to follow it. We're kind of with you at home now, just hoping to get a glimpse. But I can tell you, these two are brawling around the building and in there, in the crowd. And if you're not here, this is what you're missing. These two dudes fighting right in front of you.
Yep. Also be more of a challenge to defend yourself out there. Hammerstone at the moment seems to have the better of Brian Cage, looking for that Valkyrie missile, but eats a backdrop on the outside.
And that's really dangerous for Hammerstone. I wonder if he's all right. I mean, he literally just got backdropped onto the hard, cold cement with probably a couple chairs only to break his fall. And those steel chairs are very unforgiving. Plastic chairs, steel chairs all around the building.
Hey, chairs don't feel good no matter what they're made of.
Right.
And you can see the effects on the skirmish on the outside as Hammerstone completely laid out on the concrete. Advantage Cage, at least at the moment.
Cage has muscles where people don't usually grow muscles. Like, look at his back. It is as shredded as the Shredder, which is actually the bad guy in Ninja Turtles. Did you know that?
I think he's more like Super Shredder.
Super Shredder indeed.
It's Kevin Nash. Oh, look at this.
That?
One of his signatures here. Brian Cage, the strength.
My goodness gracious!
Springboard, suspended suplex into the cover now. Is that going to do it? No, Hammerstone out of there.
And I don't know how Hammerstone able to kick out of that there. And you can see that Cage also confused.
And Hammerstone earlier was trying to get back on the outside of the ring. When's the last time you saw Hammerstone kind of running for cover?
This is absolutely rare territory for Hammerstone. And look at that, he just knows not where he is. His head snapping back over and over again. And I'm worried about my boy Hammer.
Hammer in trouble, maybe thinking German suplex. Cage saying not today. Puts on the brakes, elevates Hammerstone to the outside. Both of these incredible athletes jockeying for position, and it's Hammerstone that scores with the shot upstairs.
And this is what he has to do, go up top. Try to change up the strategy against Brian Cage. Oh, just two there.
Close call after that big drop kick off the top. Christian, you recall our first matchup. That's exactly what Graves did to try and take down the bigger man, and it worked for him. Maybe Hammerstone studying in the back.
Yeah, we could talk all night about the strength and dynamics of our fantastic roster here at PCW Ultra, but it's the brains of these two heavyweights that gets them ahead. Boom now, big knee.
The speed on display now, a Hammerstone stringing the strikes together, transitioning into strikes, Valkyrie missile! Cage is out here! Is that going to do it? No!
Oh.
Referee Rick Knox's hand was coming down for 3, but only a count of 2. But man, those were some big-time shots that Cage ate.
Indeed, and Brian Cage now laying on his back. Hammer, the first one to his feet. And Hammer usually would have ended guys with what the offense he's put out there thus far. And look at Hammer, what's he thinking here? Will he go with the pedigree?
Well, you might say he's got his game face on.
Oh, there it is, one of the underhooks.
He's toyed with the crowd before, Christian. This might be the time to actually hit it. Uh-oh. Wow. Sit out powerbomb there by Cage.
And you can see Cage biting his lips, sort of wondering what it's going to take to put away Hammer.
That flip and sit bomb, as Cage calls it, and Cage has so many weapons in his arsenal.
Oh,
perhaps
no,
now looking for the F5. Oh, don't tell me!
Wow.
Somebody as muscle bound as Cage shouldn't have
look
the
at this.
flexibility. Oh, there it is!
And Cage so dynamic, able to use wrestling styles from all over the planet, and now climbing the corner rope. And what will he do here?
Dropping the elbow, dead center of the ring. This is going to be tough for Hammerstone to kick out, but he does. He finds a way, digging down deep. What a match. Back and forth, seesaw. It's almost like who strikes last is going to put this thing away.
Yeah, this is everything we expected when we heard the match announcement. Brian Cage versus Alex Hammerstone here at Refuse to Lose. And it has surpassed our expectations. Oh no. Oh!
Big knee, and now a shot back the other way. Both guys digging down deep into their playbooks. Super kick by Cage. Caught him flush. Discus clothesline, one of his favorites. Doesn't connect.
God!
Valkyrie missile again.
And that was it, Todd.
He pops right up. Oh, what's he made of?
Referee Rick Knox needs to go down and check if Brian Cage is really human or just a cyborg. I have never seen a man recover so quickly and to drop such heavy offense. We really had no idea where he was.
Well, whoever can get back to their feet here, Christian, might have the decisive advantage. So many times when you see that back and forth, I say it's like a grand finale of a fireworks show. With these two, it's like watching the home run derby. Both big men swinging for the fences.
Yeah, indeed. And if Brian Cage is Babe Ruth, you might say Hammerstone's Yoenis Cespedes?
Sure.
Big forearms trading now. These two Goliaths, they know what's at stake here. Not only is this a rivalry match, but it's for everything here. They want to get themselves in position for the PCW Ultra Heavyweight title. Big forearm there by Hammer.
Oh man, yeah, he pulled the ripcord into it as well. Headbutt. These two pulled out all the stops. Big German suplex by Cage.
Look at Hammer. Look at his face. And he's raged.
And now it's Cage that pops right back
What
up.
is going on here? And these are like two pit bulls staring at each other.
This is what you love to see. In football, this is what you call big on big, and I love it.
And now a hockey brawl has broken out. And Knox trying to get action. Well, there you go. You don't do that. Oh, what the hell?
And now officials, I mean, you can't lay your hands on the official in these two. I don't know if anybody can keep these two apart. Security out there now. Oh my goodness, power bombs.